Hey guys, Arena Stories here. This is the final episode of how to beat every class as a sub-rogue in Season Discovery Phase 4. First off guys, we have a Shadow Priest. Now the first thing you're going to want to do guys is sap off his shield. Now if he does happen to refresh his shield just on time, you have two options. You can either wait again and try sapping off his shield again, or open instantly while the debuff is still on so he cannot re-shield himself again once you break it. So in this scenario guys, I do decide to open up on him the second he does reapply it. We're going to go for a cheap shot into a backstab, into a between the eyes. He instantly does trinket guys. Now when he does trinket like this guys, first thing you're going to want to do is blind him instantly. Now why do we do this guys? It is to avoid being dotted or feared, so we regain control instantly, and now we've costed him his trinket, which means we will have a clean opener the next time we do open. So we're going to restart here, go in for a sap, wait for that stun DR to come off guys, regen our energy, and we're going to open up the same way that we did before. We're going to open up with a cheap shot into a backstab. Now sadly for us guys, our between the eyes does miss. Not when that does happen guys, and if you have no dots on you, just re-vanish here guys, come back in, kick that heal, spam that backstab on him, use Will of Forsaken on that fear guys, re-vanish, ambush again, go for another backstab, and he will go down here guys. Now I'll be showing guys another scenario for Shadow Priest. So in this guide I will be showing you guys multiple examples so you get comfortable facing each class in different scenarios. So again, we're going to come in, we're going to sap him here guys. Luckily for us, he does not reapply his shields, so we are going to take this advantage, wait for that shield to come off. He does reapply it. Unfortunately again for us guys, heartbeat mechanic for sap does break on us, and he does manage to reapply the shield here. Unfortunately for us, we now have lost time on the debuff and we had to wait in order to regen our energy. Now we are just waiting for him to reapply it again. Once he does, we go in cheap shot. We do get unlucky here with a stun guys, absolutely fine. We're going to go for a kidney shot. He instantly does trinket again guys. Once he does trinket, please blind him instantly. We're going to wait here again, go in for a sap. Now he will be spamming word shield again in case the heartbeat mechanic does come off, so please do pay attention if sap does come off guys. We're going to wait till that shield drops here. We're going to go for a resap just to be safe, wait for our energy to regen. His shield does come off guys, which is huge. Wait for that energy tick to come back, open with a cheap shot into a backstab, double backstab, go in for a kidney shot here, keep spamming that backstab on him. Now once he does come out guys, if you are playing an undead like I am, again this is just my 2 cents and just something that I do when I find the target is being pressured, is Will of Forsaken a bit early so you get a buff that makes you immune to fear. Now why do we do that guys? It is to save time on GCD. So when he does come out of that stun, you will instantly be immune to the fear. Now we do pop Will of Forsaken, continue that damage. He will try to go for the fear. As I expected, it will get immune. We still do have a trinket in case he does fear us. He will go for a heal here. We're just going to kick that and it is all over guys. Now you guys might be wondering why our Shadow Priest is not playing with Disperse. The reason why they're not playing with Disperse guys is because it got completely nerfed. So they have to take an option between taking damage or taking survivability. And the thing is, if they cannot damage a rogue, there is absolutely no point in taking Disperse. Now the next comp guys is going to be Warlock. Now when it comes to Warlock guys, I must admit that this will be your hardest fight in Season of Discovery. So for this class guys, I'll be showing you multiple examples since this is going to be pretty tough. So the first thing you want to do is guys, sprint in, go for a cheap shot, instant evasion guys to avoid any damage from the pet, spam that backstab on him, go for between the eyes. Now we're going to continue pumping him with damage here. He will trinket guys the millisecond he does trinket. You're going to want to vanish here guys. Once you do vanish, gain some distance here, wait for that energy to regen. He will use a lifestone there. Now to avoid him from going in for any more heals, we're going to shadow step, ambush, instant blind guys. Now the reason why we went for an instant blind is to wait out for those stun DRs. We want to reopen on him clean. The pet will charge us guys. Do not trinket this, it is absolutely fine. Use evasion, sprint away from the pet, go in circles here guys so he does not damage you. We are instantly going to vanish here, deep shot into a backstab, into a stun, and it is pretty much all over guys. Now I'll be showing guys another example for Warlocks. Sprint in, cheap shot into an instant evasion to avoid any pet damage. We are going to trinket this guys because the pet did stun us. We're instantly going to go for a backstab, go for a stun. He is going to trinket that stun guys. We are instantly going to vanish here, get distance, wait for that energy to regen again. Once our energy has come back, we're going to go in for a shadow step, ambush, vanish again, ambush again, eviscerate, and it is all over guys. Now I'll be showing you guys another example here. Again, come in, cheap shot into a backstab. He will instantly trinket guys, go in for a life drain. Now once this does happen, you guys are going to want to instantly blind him, gain as much distance as possible to cut off the life drain. The pet will be on us, it is completely fine guys. We're going to come back in, go for a full kidney shot here, spam that backstab on him, do as much damage before we vanish here. go for a rupture in case he does decide to use bandage. We're going to wait for our energy to regen. Now this is a dangerous scenario. He does pop an AoE. Now we are going to come back in, guys. Go for a cheap shot into an evasion to avoid any pet damage. Go for a backstab here. Go for an instant between the eyes. Keep pumping him with damage, guys, and he will go down there. I'll be showing you guys another example. Again, guys, I am showing you multiple examples because this will be the hardest class you will face in Season Discovery as a rogue. We're going to come in again, guys. He does pop a fire AoE. Now do be careful when he does pop that because you can come out. We're going to go for a cheap shot into a backstab, into an evasion. Instantly does trinket and death coils us, guys. Once this does happen, guys, please, you have to be extremely fast here. Trinket that, insta vanish, and back away. Now he has lost his trinket. He has lost death coil. This is amazing for us, guys. One of the best openers you can possibly get because now he has lost all control. Now we are just waiting until that stun DR does come off, guys. We'll reopen on him again. Take your time here. We are in no rush. We go for a stun here. Sadly for us, guys, he does get a life drain. Once that does happen, guys, we have to instantly back away. Go for a blind preparation. Sprint away here. The pet does charge us. Now this is a bit sketchy, but still winnable, guys. We're gonna vanish here. Wait for that DR to come off. Now the warlock has used lifestone and a healing potion, which is unfair, guys, in duels. So since he did use a healing potion here, I will be using a T since it is just fair. He has just recovered almost full HP. Again, if he did not use a healing potion, I would not have to use T here, but in this occasion, since he did, I will have to use T. We're going to come back in, open with a cheap shot, guys. Go for instant evasion, backstab here. Go for full between the eyes, backstab again, use T, double backstab, and he will go down, guys. Now, I'll be showing you guys one last example. This is the easiest possible example that you can get when you are fighting a warlock, when he does have a succubus instead of a felguard. We're going to come in, ambush, vanish here to deal some damage, come back in, cheap shot, an evasion into a backstab. He will use charm on us, so we are going to trinket that, guys. Now, my biggest mistake here was trinketing that and not going for Will Forsaken. We're going to stun him here, instantly go for a blind. We do get dotted. It is absolutely fine, guys. We still do have a curse on us, so the pet cannot charm us. We're going to vanish, go for a stun there, go for a full kidney shot, and he will go down, guys. Now, the next example I am going to be showing you is a warrior. First thing we're going to want to do, guys, cheap shot into a backstab, double backstab here, guys. Go for a stun. Sadly, our stun does get resisted since he is orc. We have to go in for a full blind here, guys. Now, that was not the best opener, but sadly, since he is orc, I'm going to come back in, go for a ambush here since there is still a stun DR, pop an evasion. Now, I'd only recommend popping evasion, guys, if he is using a shield and a one-handed sword. The reason why, guys, is because overpower cannot hit hard when he is using a one-handed sword. If he is using a two-handed weapon, please do not evasion. If he is using a two-handed weapon and if you want to dodge the first attack, then it is absolutely fine, guys. The way overpower does work is that the rogue or any target has to dodge or parry the warrior's attack in order for him to trigger overpower, which hits for a lot, guys. You do not want to get hit by overpower. It is devastating. The only reason you want to evasion, again, guys, is if he is using a shield or if you want to dodge the first attack of his two-handed weapon and then not get hit again. So we're going to pop an evasion here, go for a ambush, keep spamming that ambush here to build combo points, go for a full between the eyes. He does trinket that, guys. We have to go for an instant bind there, guys. He is regenerating energy from his rune. So we are going to restart here, gain some energy, cheap shot instantly. It does resist cheap shot again, guys. Again, he is an orc, so please be careful. Go for an ambush. We have to apply that crippling poison on him. Try to go for a stun here. Luckily for us, the stun does land. Keep spamming that backstab and he will go down, guys. Now, I'll be showing guys one last example for warriors. Again, it is pretty simple, but if you are facing an orc warrior, it can be pretty challenging. Now, the warrior does not have his trinket here, and I do have mine, so we have discussed this and agreed that both of us will not use our trinkets in this scenario. So we're going to come in, cheap shot again, guys. Go for a backstab here, double backstab, go for a stun. Sadly, the stun does miss, but we do get a lucky proc on our trinket. Back away here, guys, gain some distance, vanish instantly since we do not have a crippling poison on him, which is super unlucky. Now, we do not want him to heal at all, guys. Gonna come in, ambush here since he has a two-handed weapon. Go for an eviscerate, it does miss. We will use Will of Forsaken, instantly shadow step, guys. Try to apply that crippling poison. We do get stunned here, guys. Now, I want you guys to notice how much damage we're taking from just one attack of a two-handed weapon. It is pretty bad, so you do not want to get hit by this. Backstab, and he will go down. Now, the next comp is going to be a Frost Mage, guys. Now, before I show you this clip, I did want to mention that I did not know I had run out of blind. I do not have any blind here. I assumed that I did, but it is still winnable here, guys. We're going to come in, go for a sap here. Now, I want you guys to back away instantly if he does decide to trinket and Frost Nova. We're going to wait for our energy to regen, come back in, go for an ambush here. He does use a Frost Orb, keep spamming him with backstab. We will get Frost Nova here. He will blink this, guys. Once he does, please, if they react pretty fast here, guys, vanish into a Shadow Step, into another ambush here. go for a full between the eyes, go for a double backstab. He will trinket that, guys. Once he does trinket that, this is when I've noticed that I've just run out of blind. Now once he does that, you do want the blind, guys, since he has 2 ice blocks. Sadly, I realized that a bit too late here. I cannot blind him. I have to go for a preparation backstab here. He does use blink once again. We have to shadow step here. Ambush, he will use his first ice block here, guys. You want to stand in front of him, try to time a gouge. Once you do this, it is pretty devastating to him. Sadly for us, we do not get the gouge. We have to vanish here, guys, go for an ambush, and he will go down. Now I'll be showing you guys another example for Frost Mage. Again, you're going to want to come in, go for a sap there, wait, get some distance or LOS in case he does decide to trinket and Frost Nova. He does not. We're going to wait for our energy to regen, come in with an ambush, root it here. We're going to go for a backstab. He's going to gain some distance, go for a frost wall. We're going to vanish that root, guys. In order to save time, go for an ambush here. He will blink this, guys. We're going to shadow step, full kidney shot here. He will ice block that for a full blind instantly, guys. Now this is extremely important in the fight, guys. Once you do blind him, I want you guys to instantly use preparation. Now the reason why, guys, is because the second he is out of ice block, he is going to trinket that. He is going to use cold snap for a second block. So before he can even do that, guys, I want you guys to use preparation and blind him for a second time. They do not expect this, so we will go for a second blind here. He did not expect that, guys. We're gonna have to walk away from the frost orb here, try to gain a re-stealth. We're gonna come in. Sadly for us, we do get found out. He will go for his second ice block, guys. We're gonna go for a full gouge here for energy to regen. Do not get too hasty, guys. Be patient. Go for a backstab. He will blink, shadow step into a between the eyes, spamming him with backstab here, guys. Blink again, go for a grenade, and he will go down here, guys. But this time it is going to be a fire mage. Now the mage does use preservation here. Now for those of you who do not know what preservation is a healing rune. So what you guys are going to want to do is sap that off of him. He will trinket that, guys. We're going to go for an instant blind here, guys. He will have to use ice block on that. We're going to instantly vanish here. He will get us out here. It is absolutely fine. We're going to go for a backstab. We're going to trinket that root. He is going to use another ice block here, guys. Now we cannot sit the fire, so we're going to shadow step here to gain some distance. Vanish, ambush, go back in, eviscerate, and he will go down, guys. Now the next example is going to be rogues. Now once you are facing a rogue, guys, the opener is extremely important here, but it is still winnable if you do get opened on. Now we're going to try our luck here, guys, try to find the rogue. And just to note, we are facing an orc rogue, so he will be resisting our stuns a lot, which is unlucky for us. But again, just the reality of the game. We're going to go for a sap here. He is using Cat's Eye Helm, which in my opinion is pretty unfair, guys, but it is absolutely fine. We're going to come in, go for a cheap shot, and please remember he is an orc, so if your cheap shot does resist, you have to wait and go in for another cheap shot or vanish and re-cheap shot again. Luckily, our cheap shot does land here, guys. He is instantly going to trinket this, guys. He's going to gain some distance, so we do not blind him here. Now we are going to wait for him to come in and open on us. Once he does, we will trinket, instantly go for a blind on him, guys. We are just waiting for that cheap shot DR to come off. We already have 2 combo points for us. This is an amazing opener. Go in for a resap here. Again, waiting for the DR to come off, regain energy, open comfortably, guys. We're going to open with a cheap shot here. Again, guys, it does resist, like I've said before. Once it does resist, the rogue now does something kind of sleazy, in my opinion, guys. He pops a lip, a limited protection potion, which makes you immune to all physical damage for 6 seconds, which is completely unfair in a duel. Please, guys, if you are dueling someone, do not use a healing potion, do not use lip, and do not use any free action potion. It is completely unfair, guys. Now that he has done that, I am forced to use preparation, go for a full blind. Now I have lost both vanishes, sadly, in order to regain control, but it is absolutely fine. Go for a cheap shot here, ambush, go for a between the eyes, spam that backstab on him, and he will go down. Now I'll be showing you guys another example when it does come to rogues, and I want to show you one trick here that you can do when you are facing a rogue. We're gonna try luck again. We find the rogue luckily here, guys. Wait for your energy to regen completely and open when that energy tick and it's right about to refresh. Cheap shot into a backstab here, double backstab, go for a kidney shot here, guys. Now this is the really important trick and really important thing I wanted to note here, guys. Do not use any abilities within the first 2 seconds of that kidney shot. The reason why, guys, is because there is a huge chance he will trinket and try to blind you or vanish and stun you. And if you are using another backstab, for example, it's going to cost you a GCD. So instead of doing that, guys, what I want you to do is be patient, within the first 2 seconds of that stun in order to go in for a blind in case he does decide to trinket. As you can see here, I did not use any abilities and just wait for him to trinket. He does trinket, guys. Not expecting me to have my GCD ready. Go for a full blind here, guys, and the game is pretty much all over. Again, that is one trick that you can do that most rogues do not do, and the reason why they don't do it, guys, is because they are not patient. You just have to wait it out. We are facing another rogue here, guys. It really depends on who gets their GCD first and who can use a stun or a blind first. Again, open up the cheap shot here. Pretty simple, guys. Stun, and it is all over. The next example, guys, is going to be shamans. The first thing you're going to want to do is, guys, if he does put his totems down, is go for a full sap. Start breaking his totems with auto attacks, and please do notice if he does trinket the sap, sometimes they do that in order to dot you, and if they do that, please go for an instant blind. He does not do that here, so we're going to take our time here, gain a re-stealth, try to go for a cheap shot here. It does resist. Again, he is orc, guys. We are going to play it safe, go for a vanish into a cheap shot again. He does trinket that, guys. If he does trinket that, what we're going to want to do is instantly go for another stun or a gouge. Luckily for us, our trinket does proc here, so we gain control. Go for a full between the eyes, keep pumping him here with damage, guys, backstabs, and he will go down, guys. Now I'll be showing guys another example here. We're gonna sap him here, guys, start breaking the totems. Notice if he does trinket. Again, guys, if he does trinket, please instantly blind him. He does not. Hopefully the next cheap shot will not get resisted. Going for a cheap shot here, for a backstab, double backstab here, go for a full gouge since we did not gain 5 combo points. Now we are gonna go for a stun. He will use wolves here, guys. Sadly, our stun does not land. He will use wolves. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, guys, in phase 4, when shamans use their wolves, it deals an insane amount of damage to rogues. And not only that, guys, it heals the shaman for an adequate amount of HP, which is pretty unfair in my opinion, but it is what it is. We're gonna vanish here. The shaman will gain maximum amount of distance here, getting healed, getting insta heals, and getting healed by his wolf. We're gonna vanish, shadow step, come in for an ambush here, keep spamming that damage. He is going to slow us. We're going to trinket that slow, guys. Keep spamming that backstab on him. Use evasion, and he will go down here, guys. Now I'll be showing guys another example. Again, showing you multiple examples so you get comfortable with the scenario. Sap, start breaking the totems, guys. Again, please notice if he does trinket, he does not here again. Now I do make a major mistake here, guys. I was not paying attention when I was breaking the totems. I did instantly auto attack him, which is devastating. What you're gonna want to do is vanish, go for a cheap shot here. He will instantly trinket, summon his wolves, which is horrible for us, guys. We are dotted, so we cannot vanish. We're gonna use evasion to avoid any damage from the wolves, facing forward in front of the wolves so we do not take damage. We're waiting for energy to regenerate. We're gonna go for a full between the eyes here. Start popping him with damage. Now I want you guys to notice how much the wolves are healing him, even with wound poison on him. We are going to vanish this, guys. We still do have a dot on us. Now the shaman does use a healing potion. Since he just used a healing potion, guys, I would never recommend using T in a duel. Now since he has used a healing potion, guys, I am forced to use T, which I normally do not like doing in duels, but he has left me no choice. I cannot produce that much damage when he has recovered that much HP and my energy is low, so I have to use T here and go for a Void Viscerate, and he will go down here, guys. Now I'll be showing you guys one last example for shamans. Now this shaman has not put down any totems, so it's absolutely fine. We're gonna go for a cheap shot into a double backstab here. He will use FAP here, guys. Again, please do not use any pots in duels. It is unfair, guys, if it is a 1v1 and a fair fight. Now that he has done that, guys, I am forced to just vanish here and try to recover. Again, completely unfair. You should not be using FAP or lip or any type of pot in a duel. We're going to go for a sap here so he does not recover. Now he has lost his trinket and he has used the FAP, which is a free action potion, making him immune to slows and stuns. I would personally like to FAP on his forehead after he's done that. Anyways, I'm just kidding, guys. Now we're going to go for a sap. Again, just waiting for the recovery here, waiting for that free action potion to come off of him. Go for a full kidney shot here. Now the reason why I went for a full kidney shot instead of between the eyes is because of our talent point. Relentless Strikes. When you do use kidney shot with 5 combo points, your kidney shot is absolutely free, enabling us to pump as much damage as possible into our target. So we're just going to keep on pumping backstab here. Go for a full blind. Again, waiting for that DRs to come off. Go for a cheap shot here, guys. Now he does the most shameful thing, guys. Quits the duel. In my opinion, that is the worst thing you can do in a duel, is just forfeit. But he already knows it's all over and he just quits. Now the next class is going to be a Boomkin Druid, guys. We're going to open up with a cheap shot here. Now I did start recording a bit late during this encounter, so we do go for a cheap shot. It's not trinket that, guys. We're going to go for a full gouge here. Now he does use frenzied regeneration quite early here, which I did not expect. So in that occasion, guys, we are just going to vanish, wait for it to come off. and you guys really do not want to be attacking him. When he has frenzied regeneration, you will deal no damage. Even if you have wound poison up, guys, it is just extremely powerful. He will gain a re-stealth here, guys. We're going to try and get him off of Fan of Knives. Sadly, we have no luck here. I waste too much energy. The druid is just waiting to try and stun us. We're going to go for a quick bandage here in order to recover. Still looking for the druid. The druid's going to come out with a moonfire to avoid this from re-vanishing again. Going to go for a full between the eyes here, guys. Keep on spamming backstab on him to deal an adequate amount of damage. He is going to use a pot here, guys. We're just going to continue spamming backstab on him. We do have a blind ready in case we need to blind, and he will go down here, guys. Now I'll be showing you guys another example for a Boomkin Druid. Now this Druid does start off on bear form. We're going to come in, wait for that energy tick, open with a cheap shot, go for a backstab, go for a full gouge here. Now the reason why we go for a gouge sometimes, guys, on the opener is because we do not get 3 combo points when we do cheap shot, and we are playing with initiative. It does have a 75% chance, but sometimes it does not proc, which is fine, guys. You can just go for a gouge to complete a 5 combo point stun. Now we're going to wait for our energy to regen, come back in, go for a full kidney shot, keep on pumping him with backstab, and go for a rupture there to go through the bear armor. Instantly vanish here, guys. Now he's going to try and gain a bit of distance here. We have shadow step ready in case he changes forms to try to gain distance in here. We're going to shadow step, ambush into an eviscerate, backstab. He goes into bear form, tries to go for a frenzied regeneration, and he will go down, guys. Now the next class is going to be a bit of a tricky one, guys. Like warlocks, this will also be a bit of a challenge for you in Season of Discovery, but still doable. I also wanted to note that I did start off with 70% HP, but again, it is absolutely fine, and I do not have a vanish here. This is a retribution paladin, guys. We're going to open up with a cheap shot into a double backstab here, going in for a full kidney shot. He is going to bubble this, guys. Now once he does bubble, guys, what you want to do is vanish away. Now I did mess up here quite a bit, guys. I did not use shadow step quite fast enough when I did vanish, so he did get me out. He will go for a hodge. We are just going to trinket that, sprint away, guys. He's going to try and mount up to try and get us here. Again, just gain distance, keep on sprinting away from him until bubble comes off. We do get out of combat just in time. Go for a cheap shot, and he will go down here, guys. Now, the next example is going to be a protection paladin, guys. Significantly harder than a retribution paladin, but still doable. Now, we're going to come in, open with a cheap shot, double backstab here, go for a full kidney shot, guys. We're just going to continue pumping him with damage. Now, one thing I wanted to note that's extremely important, once you've dumped your energy on him, I want you guys to completely back away here. The reason why, guys, is because you will deal no damage just doing auto attacks, and he will just kill you. So we just want our energy to come back. Now that has come back, we're going to shadow step, go back in, reapply that slow and wound poison, keep on pumping him with backstab, pop an evasion here. We will trinket that hodge, guys. Please do not trinket anything else other than hodge. If he uses rep on you, please do not trinket that. You have to sit that. We're going to continue popping him with damage. We just want to dump our energy on him. Once we've dumped our energy on him, we just want to back away, regain energy, and then come back. We're going to go for a gouge. Sadly, it does get blocked. We're going to come back in, go for a full between the eyes, pump him again with backstab damage. Back away here again, guys. Again, you do not want to be attacking him with auto attacks. It does nothing. He's trying to get away here. We're going to come back in, gain a re-stealth, shadow step into a sap here. Sadly, we do come out and we are in combat, but it's fine. We're just going to use bandage here. He will go for a bubble here, guys. Now, one very important thing I wanted to note here, when he does have bubble and you do not have evasion or vanish on you, again, I was playing this at a bit of a disadvantage. What you mainly want to do here is face forward in front of him, never give him your back, guys, in order to keep on dodging his attacks until bubble does come off here, guys. Now bubble does come off, we're going to go for a kidney shot. It does miss, guys, which is devastating. Luckily for us, we do have a blind ready. Go for a full blind. Now what we're going to want to really do is go for a resap and try to eat again. Now we did not have the best luck here again, guys. We do come out of stealth once we do sap, which means we are in combat and we cannot eat just quite yet, which is unlucky. But we can still win. We managed to eat a little bit. We get a few ticks in, guys. He does come out of sap. Sadly, we do not get that stun. We do go for a full between the eyes, and it is pretty much all over here, guys. I'll be showing you guys another example here for protection paladins. Open up with a cheap shot. Keep on spamming that backstab to build those combo points. Go for a full kidney shot. Again, backstab damage on him, building those combo points. Gain distance here, guys. We do not want to be attacking him once we do not have energy. Using auto attacks again, guys, is useless. He throws a shield on us to slow us. We're going to come back in. Now we've regained our energy. Go for an evasion. Keep on pumping him with damage. Use wings. We're going to gain some distance here since he has wings. We're going to try and gain a re-stealth here. Sadly, we do not. We're going to go for a vanish. Shadow step, cheap shot. Pump him with damage. Go for a full kidney shot here. Keep on pumping him with backstabs. Now we are going to go for a full blind. Go for a full bandage. Now you do want to fully bandage here, guys, but I did notice someone in the distance coming, and possibly interrupting the 1v1, so I had to make a quick decision, leave the bandage, go in open quick with a garrote into a rupture, keep on spamming that backstab on him, gain some distance here to gain some energy, and it is already too late, guys. We're gonna go for a stun and he will go down here. I'll be showing guys another example. In this example, guys, I was trying to stun the paladin from a distance. He was mounted and I wasn't stealth, so I had no choice but to blind him here in order to gain control so I can 1v1 him. So we are down a blind and we do not have preparation. Still, it is completely fine. Re-stealth here again, guys. Go for a cheap shot. Keep on pumping him with backstab between the eyes here. Backstab again. He will bubble late. Again, we do not have vanish. If you have vanish, you guys, please vanish, shadow step, and go the other way. It is quite easy, but again, I am playing at a disadvantage. We're going to gain distance here. Try to not give him our back. Pop an evasion to avoid taking any damage. We are waiting for that bubble to come off. We still do have our trinket on us in case he does decide to stun us. We're going for a full gouge here, guys. Go for a grenade. Pump him with a backstep. He will finally use Hodge, guys. Once he does that, instantly trinket that, guys. Go for a full stun. He does go for a lay on hands, which is devastating. We are going to try and pump him with damage here before trying to gain some distance. Now we are going to gain some distance here, guys. He's going to try and go for a heal here. He does get one. Go for a full gouge. We're going to go bandage here, guys. Our stun is just about ready to come up. Go for a full stun here, and it is all over, guys. I'll be showing you guys another example here. Cheap shot into double backstab. Going for a full kidney shot here. Dump all our energy on him, guys. We use rupture on him, vanish here. Now, one very important thing I wanted to note here, if he does start healing, guys, I want you guys to shadow step and kick him from stealth to spell lock him so he cannot bubble, but he does not do that. He tries to get away here, guys. We're going to shadow step into a garrote, into an evasion. He does use Hodge on us, guys, so we have to trinket this. Now we are just waiting for our energy to regenerate, gain distance. We do not want to auto attack him again here, guys. It does nothing. Preparation into a vanish. We have 5 combo points on us. We are just waiting for that bubble to come off. He tries to go for a heal here. We're going to go for a garrote into a stun. Keep pumping him with backstab damage here. Pop an evasion, drop a grenade, and he will go down. Now the next class is going to be a hunter, guys. Now in this duel, the hunter will start off with a flare and a pre-trap. Now once this happens, guys, you really don't have a choice. You can't really disarm the trap. Getting close enough to the flare, it'll get you out before you can do it, so you're going to have to go all in. We're going to try to go for a cheap shot. It does not happen, guys. We're going to go for a backstab into an evasion to avoid any damage. We are going to trinket this, guys. He is going to scatter shot us here. Again, he did pre-trap and use a flare. Wasn't the best opener for us. He is going to try to use frost trap again on us with a DR. We are instantly going to blind him here, guys. We do get frost trapped, but it is absolutely fine. Now we can somewhat regain control. He is still standing within the flare, so it is not the best. We do come out. We're going to try and vanish, go in for another stun. Sadly, the flare does get us out. We are going to go for a backstab, pop a second evasion here to avoid any damage, try to build those combo points, go for a between the eyes, and it is all over, guys. Now for hunters, we're going to open up with a cheap shot into a double backstab into a stun here, guys. Now just be ready when he does trinket, guys. In case he does decide to scatter shot you, we do get interrupted here by a warlock. It is absolutely fine. He will trinket, guys. We're going to vanish here to get out of line of sight, shadow step, come back in for a backstab, use a grenade, and it is all over, guys. And that was the final PvP rotation guide for Season of Discovery, guys. I had made 3 prior to this, but this is sadly the last episode since Season of Discovery is ending and there is no more phases. Again, really hope you guys enjoyed the guide, and if it did help somewhat, please do consider leaving a like, follow the Discord, and I also will be leaving a PvP guide rotation, a PvP talent and rune guide down in the description and comment section of the video. And as always, thank you for watching.